Habit versus subconscious mind. What's the real difference and how they control your life? The confusion everyone has. People often say, I need to change my habits. Others say, I need to reprogram my subconscious mind. These two ideas sound similar. They are used in self-help, motivation, and psychology videos all the time. But very few people clearly explain the difference. Are habits the subconscious mind? Or does the subconscious create habits? Why do you repeat actions even when you consciously decide not to? Why does your behavior return automatically? To understand this, we need to separate two concepts that are deeply connected, but not identical. The subconscious mind is the system. Habits are the programs running inside it. Once you understand this distinction, behavior change stops being mysterious. What is a habit? A habit is an automatic behavior learned through repetition. It is an action you perform without thinking: brushing teeth, checking your phone, reacting emotionally, procrastinating, overeating, worrying. You don't decide each time. It happens. A habit saves mental energy. Your brain prefers habits because thinking continuously is exhausting. So the brain creates shortcuts. Those shortcuts become habits. Why the brain creates habits? The brain's main job is survival through efficiency. Every time you repeat an action, the brain asks, should I automate this? If the action repeats enough, the brain stops using conscious decision-making and builds a neural pathway. This is called automaticity. You no longer perform the behavior performs itself. Habits exist to reduce effort. They are not good or bad. They are efficient. What is the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is not a behavior. It is not a single memory. It is not a thought. It is the entire automatic operating system of the brain. It controls habits, emotional reactions, body language, comfort zones, expectations, self-image, automatic thoughts. You are conscious only for a small part of the day. Most actions come from subconscious processing. The subconscious mind manages life while you are not actively thinking. The key difference here is the most important distinction. Habits are stored patterns. The subconscious mind is the storage and execution system. Think of it like a phone. The subconscious equals operating system. Habits equals installed applications. You don't fight the operating system. You update the programs. Why people confuse them? When people try to change behavior, they focus on the action. I will stop procrastinating. I will stop overeating. I will stop reacting emotionally. But habits are only outputs. The real driver is the subconscious expectation behind them. The subconscious runs behavior based on familiarity. If something feels familiar, it feels correct. So the habit continues. How habits are created. Every habit follows a loop. Cue to reaction, to reward, to storage. Example: you feel bored. 2. You open social media. 2. You feel stimulation. 2. Brain stores pattern. After repetition, the cue alone triggers the action automatically. You don't choose anymore. The subconscious predicts the reward and activates behavior instantly. The role of emotion. Emotion strengthens habits faster than logic. The subconscious learns from emotional intensity. That is why embarrassment creates lasting memories. Fear creates automatic reactions. Comfort creates repeated behavior. The subconscious does not analyze truth. It learns association. Conscious mind versus habit behavior. The conscious mind makes decisions, but decisions require energy. Habits require none. So whenever the conscious mind becomes tired, distracted, or stressed, the subconscious takes control. This is why people relapse into habits at night, under pressure, or when emotional. The conscious mind weakens. The automatic system continues. Why willpower fails against habits. Willpower is temporary effort. Habits are stored automation. Effort cannot compete with automation long term. You can interrupt a habit briefly, but unless the underlying program changes, it returns. This is not lack of discipline. It is a structural difference. The subconscious predicts behavior. The subconscious mind constantly predicts what will happen next. It builds expectations based on past repetition. Your behavior follows expectation. If the subconscious expects, "I always fail," "I always procrastinate," "I am anxious," then behavior aligns with prediction. The mind prefers consistency over improvement. Identity and habit. Habits connect deeply to identity. You act according to who you believe you are. If the subconscious identity says, "I am not confident," you will automatically behave accordingly, even if consciously you want confidence. The subconscious protects identity stability, so habits maintain self-image. Why habits feel hard to change. When you try to change a habit, you create mismatch. Conscious intention, new behavior. Subconscious expectation, old behavior. This mismatch creates discomfort. You interpret discomfort as difficulty, but it is prediction error. Your brain is adjusting. The brain's energy system. The brain consumes large energy. To conserve resources, it shifts repeated actions to subconscious control. This frees conscious thinking for new problems. So habits are not mistakes, they are efficiency tools. The challenge is they remain even when no longer useful. Changing a habit versus changing the subconscious. Changing a habit alone is temporary. Changing subconscious patterns is lasting. If you only force behavior, the subconscious resists. If you retrain expectation, behavior follows naturally. The deeper level controls the surface level. How the subconscious stores patterns. The subconscious stores patterns through repetition and emotional association. It does not respond to arguments. It responds to experience. Every repeated experience becomes familiar. Familiar becomes normal. Normal becomes automatic. Automatic becomes personality. Why awareness is not enough. Many people understand their problems intellectually, yet behavior continues. Because awareness belongs to the conscious mind. Behavior belongs to the subconscious. Knowing is not programming. Practice is programming. The comfort zone explained. The comfort zone is not comfort. It is predictability. The subconscious prefers predictable pain over unpredictable change. So people repeat familiar patterns even when unhappy. The mind seeks certainty more than happiness. Reprogramming, what it actually means. Reprogramming the subconscious does not mean controlling thoughts. It means teaching the brain a new prediction. You create repeated experiences that contradict the old pattern. Gradually, the brain updates expectation. Behavior shifts automatically. Why small changes work better. Large, sudden change triggers resistance. Small, consistent change feels safe. Safety allows repetition. Repetition builds familiarity. Familiarity becomes habit. That is why gradual change lasts longer. The role of environment. Environment strongly influences subconscious behavior. The brain associates places with actions. Desk to work, bed to sleep, phone to distraction. Changing environment changes cues. Changing cues changes behavior without effort. Emotional memory and behavior. The subconscious prioritizes emotional memory over logical memory. You may know something logically, but emotional memory overrides it. That is why feelings guide actions more than reasoning. Automatic thoughts are habits too. Not only actions, thoughts become habits. Worrying, self-criticism, doubt, comparison, all can be habitual thinking patterns. They run automatically, like physical habits. Changing them requires repetition of new mental responses. The real goal, alignment. The goal is not forcing the conscious mind to fight the subconscious. The goal is alignment. When subconscious expectation matches conscious intention, effort disappears. Behavior becomes natural. This is what people call confidence or discipline. How long change takes. Change speed depends on repetition frequency, not motivation intensity. Consistent exposure rewires faster than emotional effort. Regular small practice beats occasional strong effort. The brain learns consistency. Why patience matters. The subconscious is slow to change, but fast to stabilize. Once new patterns are learned, they stay. That is why habits feel permanent after months. Change requires allowing the brain time to update prediction. Practical understanding. So remember, habits are the visible behavior. The subconscious mind is the invisible system generating behavior. You don't fight behavior directly. You retrain the system that produces it. Final understanding. People try to fix their lives by controlling actions. But actions are results. Results come from patterns. Patterns come from the subconscious. Change the root, not the symptom. Closing. Habits are not your enemy. They are your brain trying to help you live efficiently. The subconscious mind is not against you. It is simply loyal to what it has learned. Once you teach it differently, your behavior changes without struggle. Not through force, through familiarity. And that is the moment effort turns into nature.